and welcome back to another episode of Kick Snare Chat. We are now at episode 11, closely approaching the teen streak of episodes, I think.
Yeah. Yeehaw.
Yeah. The last episode we did was about using backline drums.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
And quickly after we recorded that episode, I think I had my worst encounter with a backline kit that I've had in the last 10 years for sure, but maybe in my life.
It was wild. You sent me that video and I was in shock.
Yeah, we'll put it up on the screen right now for you guys. But it was basically the Pearl Roadshow kit, which is to me, that's one step above a toy, not like a thoughtfully designed musical instrument,
Right.
but here are the components of a drum set, generally in the same shape and size. It did have Remo heads on it, but it was also set up just laughably, like something you would expect to see on a Facebook Marketplace listing from a mom whose kid went to college.
Yeah, I remember the tom arm is backwards, so it's short coming up and then long towards the player.
Yeah, and the snare was super leaned back, barely up there. The hi-hat was on the other side of the kit. It was pretty amazing. And then when I got to that gig, was talking to the sound guy. He's like, yeah, they forgot to bring drum mics, so you're just going to have to play really loud.
Wow, you didn't tell me that part.
Nope, and they didn't have a monitor for me, so I was
awesome.
Very disconnected. I was on a different elevation than most of the rest of the band. No monitors, terrible drums. I even used the cymbals and everything just because I was like, screw it, it's an hour set. I just kind of want to get in and out.
Yeah.
I was not very passionate about the music. I was more just doing a gig.
Right.
But yeah, it's funny that came up almost immediately after we decided to dig into that topic.
And how extreme the situation was.
Yes. So what's new with you?
Not too much. It's the peak of gig season for me right now. 2 weeks ago, last week, and this week are the busiest of the whole summer for me. It's 5 to 6 gigs a week.
I know. I haven't seen you at all.
I know. I've been on gigs.
That's funny because for me, it's been the opposite. Yeah. I have still not. We are approaching the last full week of June, or the last weekend of June. I have not played a Friday night or a Saturday night gig this month.
Wow.
It's just kind of worked out. I've been busy and had more gigs than I've had the last couple months, but mostly weeknights or Saturday mornings. And I was supposed to play last Friday night and we got rained out. So
yeah.
But this weekend I'm playing Friday and Saturday night. So
sure. It'll
be better. But yeah, it's been a relaxing, slower month for me. The opposite of you.
I had one that got rained out this week, but I got paid still.
I didn't get paid for mine. And we chatted about it off camera. Yeah. All I'm going to say is booking agents, if you're the ones writing a contract and insuring yourself for that, do not take the side of the venue. If anything, maybe a happy medium, work with the venue and band to make sure they're treated fairly. I felt bad for the band leader in this group because he told me he rented a U-Haul. He was already driving to the gig because he gets there 4 or 5 hours early when he was called, and he took time off work and was called and said, hey, the gig's off. They actually don't have a place for you to play inside, even though it said that too. And they're not going to pay anything. Anyways, I've moved on emotionally from it, but yeah, I had a nice Friday night off unexpectedly. Now I have more time to get ready for the next gig, I guess. Hopefully.
Well, speaking of the next thing, we're going to look at drum mufflers, drum muffling.
Yes, that is the topic of today's video. Is we're going to make a tier list because all the trendy people make tier lists of different things.
And we are YouTubers, and therefore we must tier list. That's how it works.
Trying.
Yeah.
I watched a video that Tim Buell did about just a bunch of different drum muffling options, and I thought it would be fun to maybe rate them and put them in different buckets of how useful or applicable they are in our work as drummers.
For sure.
We're going to get started with maybe one of the most infamous or goated drum products for muffling of all time, at least the standard. When you talk to non-musicians, they know this term.
That's true. Yeah.
And it's like Kleenex, where it's the brand name, and that is moon gels. So we have S tier, which is, supreme or the highest level, goated. A, B, C, and D. Where would you put moon gel?
I would put it C, as if C was average, your standard, your baseline.
Yeah, maybe acceptable and does a thing, but
but not necessarily desirable.
Yeah.
And has like some cons. Like, with age, they get really gross and they kind of like start to fall apart.
Yeah, and I don't think they look nice. They definitely make your drums not look nice.
Mm-hmm.
How many drums have I like brought down here where there's like blue residue on the head just left over where it's like,
or
you ever
pick up a drum that's like had a moon gel on it for like 5 years? And you can't get the moon gel off. It's like adhered itself and just kind of smushed into the drum. And you like have to get a putty knife to like scrape it off.
Yeah, I don't know when moon gels originally came out, but they definitely were like all the rage.
Oh yeah, for sure.
For most of probably the 90s and 2000s, I think. If you said drum muffling, you meant moon gel. Mm-hmm. That was just what it was.
Right.
So, but in today's world, I think we have a lot more options. So I'm excited about that. All right, so let's put this one in C tier.
So you agree?
I agree. I think that's about where I would put it. If anything, I was going to be more generous just because of its like longevity.
Yeah, I'm thinking of like grades in school, like C's average.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not like trying to knock on moon gel, even though like I did kind of knock on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it does the thing, right? And it comes in a little case, which is nice. But let's be real. Like, you put it on and then you leave it there.
It is cheap.
Yeah,
I mean, it's time to move on, but like, I think that's another factor. Is it cheap? Is it modular? Right. You can use half of one. You can use just one. You can use two. It's compact.
Have you ever cut one in half?
Yeah.
Really? I've never
for like
ever
rack
done
times.
That. Yeah.
If anything,
I just feel like it gets one or it gets two or it gets none or whatever. Like, there's not like 1.5 for me. I just can't do it.
I didn't put like every variation of a product on here. For some of them, I did put specific brands, but some of them are just more broad, the concept.
So it's not a comprehensive list.
Yeah. So the next one would be O rings, or like, the Mylar little perimeter rings that are like an inch thick that you can put on drums.
Classic. I feel like when I was growing up, like, you go over to a buddy's house and they have a drum set, those rings are on there, man.
Yeah. And again, it's kind of like moon gel, where it's like, it was one of the very few options and you saw everyone with it. Yep. How many high school band rooms have I walked in with O-rings on the drums?
Yep.
So where would you put O-rings on the tier list?
I hate them. D. I hate them.
Wow.
I hate them. Yeah.
That's a little harsh.
Yeah, I hate them.
Okay. I'm probably a little bit more generous. I would probably say C. Only because I think for what they're asked to do, they do okay.
They do, but they also, like, all the time, like, flop out, That's what I was going to say is the one thing where it's like, it has a tendency to interrupt your playing. Like, you can get your stick caught under it, or it can flop out. Heaven forbid, like, there's a crease in one, because then it's never going to sit in that drum again.
Yeah, once it's creased or bent, you can't ever fix it.
Anytime you strike the drum at all, it goes boop, and it flops out a little bit. D.
Price-wise, they are very cheap, though. Still, you can get a pack like for the whole kit for like $12.
Right, and
I've definitely recommended it to students as
realistically,
like just an easy
if you
thing.
have just an old floor tom head, you can make some rings for yourself.
That's true. Yeah, I'll give you the D. I think you've kind of convinced me that like I haven't used them in a long time. I've used a variation of them.
Sorry, Big Ring's gonna come after me, but like I just D.
Yeah. All right, I'm with you. All right, next up, the wallet. Oh. This is actually a picture of like one of those drummer wallets, which
yeah.
I think branded drummer wallets would get a lower grade from me than just a wallet.
Agreed, yeah.
But for me, I'd probably say a wallet is like C tier. It actually sounds, I like the way it sounds on a snare drum. It does just the right amount of muffling, in my opinion.
So are we talking like trifold leather? Is that like the...
Again, I'm not getting hyper specific.
Trifold, Velcro.
I mean, I'm talking leather bifold is what I've used forever.
Yeah. You know what I like about the leather bifold is you can unfold it and have the front half hanging off of your drum, and then it doesn't bounce around.
Kind of, unless you have like, debit cards or stuff inside that are going to rattle and make a little noise. I've found that.
I suppose you could flip it over to the other side, though, so it's cards up.
I guess.
I don't know. I've seen people do it, and I just was like, oh.
I think they work okay.
I don't have that kind of wallet, so
they're in a pinch. The nice thing about it is whether or not you forgot to bring your bag of accessories or your stick bag, or you're just sitting in at a gig, like you probably have a wallet and you can take it out of your pocket. It's on you when you're at the drums usually.
Right.
could throw it on the drum and it does an effective job at dampening.
Right.
And the downside is it usually moves around.
Yeah, right. But also to your point, I mean, I'm sure that's why it exists, right? Because like someone was like, oh, I don't have anything. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
You know?
So I'm probably at C.
I agree. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do C.
Next up, I guess more broadly, this could just be tape, but
I think it's got to be specifically gaff tape. Right?
I think we're going to say gaff tape. I think that's going to help the score.
Yeah.
Is if we don't just throw duct tape into the mix here.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, gaff tape is probably A. I think it's very effective.
Yep.
It's more expensive than duct tape. Yes, if you've never bought gaff tape, you're going to look at the price of it and be like, what? Why would I pay $25 for a roll of tape?
Until you use it.
Yeah, but it doesn't leave a gross, nasty residue.
Not unless you leave stuff on there for a long time. And
you're going to get a quality length of it where it's probably going to last you years and years if you're just using it for muffling drums.
Yeah, I'm on my second roll of gaff tape ever. And I think I might have lost the first roll. Like, I didn't finish it completely.
I'm definitely not in the same boat, but I've used gaff tape forever on cymbals, especially because if I want to just like tighten up the wash of a cymbal, a little bit of gaff tape on the bottom is great. And what I think is really advantageous about tape is you can make it your own.
Yep.
Instead of having to throw 5 moon gels on your drum to really kill it, you can take a long strip of tape or put it towards the center or pour it towards the edge. You can still play on the surface with tape on it if you really wanted to. And then it's super modular for like, it sticks to drum heads. It sticks to cymbals. If your hardware is stripped out in the middle of the gig and you need your cymbal stand to hold up, it can serve another function.
Yep. I did that on the gig that we both played with the same backline. I gaff taped the snare stand.
Was it your gaff tape or was it just there?
That was my gaff tape, yeah.
I was going to say, that's the other thing too, is that if you don't have it and you're at a gig in a theater or with a sound company,
the crew will have some, yeah.
You can probably bum some from someone and get to using it pretty quickly.
Yep, for sure.
So where are you at?
Oh yeah, I mean A or S even. A. S is probably extreme, but A, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, S I think is supposed to be very selective, but
uber tier. But you know,
maybe at the end we'll change our mind. But
I know,
do
right?
think,
because like gaff tape is so much more useful than just as muffling too. But we're only ranking it based on muffling, so yeah, it should be.
Yeah. All right. Next up, internal mufflers.
Ooh, okay.
Where do you sit on this?
I don't love the dial kind, but you have a photo of the baseball bat, and that is one of my favorite muffling systems of all time. So that's hard.
There is a difference in terms of pressure. The baseball bat one. This one, at least, that we have pictured, this is like the Canopus reproduction one, but it only has like 2 incremental adjustments, right? If you got it kind of at an angle or all the way up.
Yep.
And also, this one sits much closer to the edge, so you don't actually usually feel it when you're playing. Sometimes with the dial ones on like old acrylites and stuff,
it's
like if you're playing
it's like
off center, you might hit
3 inches in. Yeah, right.
Yeah, and it's a big puck. So, or like, have you seen the muffling on like Benny Greb's signature snare where it has the 2 internal mufflers?
Yeah.
Can't believe how big those are.
And they're like on rails. Yeah.
They're
cool.
They're cool, but yeah, to me, once it's getting that far out,
it's not for me, but they're cool.
Yeah, I'd say the detriment here is that because you're on the bottom side of the head and pushing it up with tension, you're not only muffling, but you're raising the pitch.
Yeah, you're adding
the drum
tension
a little
to
bit.
it.
So it's going to affect the tuning whether you want it to or not.
Right. But, you know, like that's the thing about the dial ones is like you can go real extreme with it.
Yeah.
But I feel like the baseball bat ones, at least in my experience, they don't add like a ton of extra tension.
Yeah.
But, you know, like I think I probably have to average them.
I'm thinking kind of broadly.
Yeah.
Where would you rate internal mufflers? You don't see them on modern drums.
No, you don't.
Almost ever.
Right.
So most people think like, oh, that was something that made sense then, and now that we're smarter, they're not there. But
right. Well, and okay, so like I have to rant a little bit about like the puck dial kind, like in an acrylite specifically, how it's like there's a threaded rod that the knob is connected to, right? But then there's a little bar that it threads into, and that's how it grabs onto the puck and pulls it up. And that almost always, if you leave it without tension, it just rattles itself apart, falls apart inside your drum. Dumbest thing ever. And if I was just rating that, it'd be like F. But that's not all of them. you know? So like baseball bat, I love. Acrylite, I hate. You know, like how do I come to terms with that?
All right. Well, you give it a letter.
Okay. All right. I see. Yeah, I think.
I'm a fan of internal mufflers. I think they're very convenient. And as someone who plays brushes, like having something sitting on your head disrupts the path of where you're going to move them.
Yep, I get that for sure.
It's not going to leave residue.
Mm-hmm.
There is that downside of if it falls apart inside your drum, you have to take it apart to work with it, which is a bummer.
Yep.
I'm going to go B.
Okay. I get it.
Will you come with me?
No.
Just think about the good one.
Well, then
look at the picture of the baseball
If it was just
one.
a baseball bat, that's A, man. That's A all day.
I'll give it a B then. I think you're just being harsh on your rough experience with one. And there was nothing in the B category, so
okay. You're
feel
just
like
filling the blanks.
We're laying some groundwork here for everything.
We need separate tiers, damn it.
All right, here's one that is like a specific product, and that is the snare weight. Where are you on snare weight?
I love them. I think basically every variant at this point. I even have the big brass one.
Yeah. I thought about doing that as its own thing, but we already have 20 things to talk about here, so we don't need 100.
It's super versatile. Man, I think S, honestly.
I'm with you. I think snare weight, the way it's taken over the industry, how many people do I see with a snare weight or some sort of like imitator of it? It's what Moon Gel was, except it's also solved a lot of the problems with Moon Gel.
Yep. It stays put without being sticky.
It is flexible.
Reusable.
They're kind of built where you could flip over sides of it.
It's modular in that how you can change how much dampening you want to add just by the little wings being folded in or whatever.
Yeah, and I think it's also pretty cost effective.
Considering it's leather, you know.
Yeah, it's small and doesn't take up a lot of physical room on the drum. And then I have a lot of drums with die cast hoops, and the magnets won't stick with that, but it does have the clip, which I've almost never had it fall off. Only if I'm moving a drum in a bag and transport, maybe. So I'm with you, S tier. Snareweight, if you're watching this video and want to sponsor our podcast or just, send your appreciation, you just hit us up. We're not sponsored at all. So
not yet.
Not yet. This one, though, too. All right. Here's one that I think is kind of in a similar, well, no pun intended, tier of like visibility that you see everywhere. And that's big fat snare drum.
Yeah.
I'm talking more broadly, not specifically about one of the individual models, but maybe just the
stuff that goes on the heads.
Yeah, the plastic head kind of like muffling, lowering the pitch thing. For me, I think, well, I don't like the original one. It affects the feel and the rebound too much for me to enjoy.
Sure.
When I've played at churches that want the gushy snare sound, they have that. But then you have to play like a cadence marching thing. It's tough. But the Steve's Donut with the middle cut out in the center, I love that. And I leave it in my cymbal bag just for when I'm playing a room that's really harsh, where I'm playing a wedding where we need to be quiet, but maybe I want to lay in, because it lowers the volume a bit. It lowers the pitch of your drum, which lowers the perceived volume.
Right.
And again, it's so easy to just grab and throw on a drum. I could do it between backbeats in a song, slide it in, and by beat 4, it's on, right?
Yeah.
So I'd probably go A or S.
You go up to S.
I don't use the low pitch snare that much.
Yeah.
So I can't really tell you if like it's something that I consider a daily driver.
Yeah.
But I do think it's really effective at what it does. It has the same flaw as the zero rings, where if you get it bent, it's done.
That's true. But they have that kind of reinforcement around the edge.
I was going to say, yeah, it's built a little more sturdy to fight that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I'm with you on the Steve's Donut. But I feel like in terms of getting like the gush, I feel like I have better success with like a paper towel and then like gaff tape around 3 corners.
Well, paper towel isn't on the list.
I know. I'm just saying like that. Like that's a easier solution for me to get that sound, but it's not as fast as a Steve's Donut because you can, like you said, just flop it down. Yeah. I'd be inclined maybe to be it.
It's not going to wear out like paper towel either if you hit it.
That's true, but why are you hitting it?
Just saying, if you accidentally hit it or something, that's
don't put it in the center of your drum. You won't have that
deteriorate.
Yeah, I'd be more B, but we can go A if we want to meet in the middle.
Yeah. I think for something like this, I'm ranking probably their best product in my opinion. And I also like that, like, that company is, I thought that was, when it first came out, it's like they make one thing and they make one variation, and that's all they're going to do. They have so many varieties now, and they're very creative and always like adding small nuances and changes. Some of them I think are a little,
and you know what, I'm thinking
of field,
like
but
the ones with the jingles, like the zills in them, like, that's pretty cool.
I have one of those.
I'm actually gonna bump up to A, I think.
All right. Big fat snare drum. If you're watching this video and you like what you see, this means that Snareweight probably hasn't responded to us yet, and we're open to a brand ambassador deal. We could do both.
Yeah.
The next one is kind of still in the big fat snare drum category, but I would just call it like the cloth drum head. For me, that would be the big fat snare drum, the quesadilla or drum tortillas. I'm not saying broadly actual tea towels yet.
Yeah.
But things that are designed in a circle and cut out that you can place
that kind of vibe
to do that thing.
Yeah. You love that stuff.
I love it so much. I play a lot of small rooms where if I want to get funky or groovy and have the lo-fi sound, I just throw those on between a song, and now I could really like wail on the drums if I wanted to. But I love the tone.
Yeah.
And you're not only getting drum muffling, you're getting like a total tonal shift. And I think to be able to do that in 2 seconds is pretty cool.
Right. I don't love the sound of that, but that's not the product's fault. That's just my fault. So I can't really fault it.
Yeah.
Where would you rank them?
Oh, it's S tier in terms of what I use all the time. I couldn't imagine not having them with how much I use them.
Yeah. Where do I put those? It's hard because I can't fault the product because I don't like the sound,
You can.
No, I can't. Not really. It's not the product's fault. They work good.
It's our podcast. You can do whatever you want.
That's true. Just kidding. I don't know. I don't have that much experience with them because I don't like the sound of them. But I don't know. If you want to put them in S, I'm okay with that.
I'll go A. I think I have some level of bias, but I think they're really effective at what they do.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and I've seen you use them, and they sound good when you play them.
Thank you. I'll go A. All right. The next one is not specifically about bass drums, but to me, this is just the idea of like pre-muffled drum heads.
Oh.
So, I mean, I think that's most common with bass drums when you have tonal rings and stuff, but I'm also thinking like Evans HD Dry as a head. I think Remo has like Power Stroke heads that you could buy for toms.
So, I mean, are you talking about like hydraulic and pinstripe too, or is that something different?
I don't know if, I guess hydraulic can count in that category, but just broadly the idea of pre-muffled heads.
Oh.
To me, I wanted to bring this up because I think it's really cool, but anytime I have them on a kit, as someone who plays a wide variety of gigs, it's always like, I need to change them out before I go take them to this gig because they don't work for this.
Right. But I think it's also like not what they're for. The whole, I think, idea behind a pre-muffled head is it's like not as versatile. It's supposed to get you like to that thing,
The
like
cool thing about it is you don't have to mess with anything on your drums or putting it on and off. It's just there.
Yeah.
The sound you're looking for, if that's what you want.
Yeah. You're not putting like a pinstripe or a hydraulic head on your kit and then expecting to have a huge tuning range necessarily. Like you want it to be kind of like that sound, and it's going to do that sound,
Yeah. For me, just broadly the idea of it, I'd say C or B is where I'm at.
Okay.
And I use a lot of them. I just feel like I sometimes would prefer flexibility, and they don't have flexibility.
Sure.
If you tune it up or down, it kind of like still does its thing.
Yeah, I mean,
it's hard to take away without actually like damaging the product.
And aside from kick drum, I don't really play with any pre-dampened heads either. So like, I get that, but I feel like I have to put it in A just because, like, even just the kick drum alone, it just gets you.
The kick drum one's pretty great. If we put Super Kick in here, I think Super Kick is an S tier product.
Or even something like a Power Stroke 3 or whatever the Evans equivalent is, where there's an inside Mylar ring.
Yeah.
You know, like that just does so much, and that saves you the effort of like having to, if you don't have a port, to like put a rag against your bass drum or something between the beater and the head or whatever, you know?
Yeah, I think the innovation of pre-dampened heads we could say it was probably a game changer in terms of muffling.
Right.
I would give it an A.
Yeah.
In that respect. I think I'm just harsh on them because, and I use them. I just like, I value flexibility.
Oh, for sure. I get that.
And you can't like between a song be like, oh, you know what? I like.
Let me just change out my tom heads.
Yeah, let me just change all my heads out. All right. Be nice. Oh, so next is tea towels, which I think is the same sonic thing as like cloth drum heads. But why I wanted to separate these is because you see like every drum shop sell like shop rags and stuff, or like different companies include it with the product. What I like about tea towels is that like they're super modular. You can roll it up, put it towards the edge, and clip it to your drum.
And
you can lay it over and play on it. It's just like you can have a little bit on, a little bit off. They don't weigh much, so it doesn't do a ton if you don't want it to, but you can also kind of like modify it to do a ton. So to me, tea towel is like, it's up there. I'm S tier on this one too.
Are you, is like handkerchief different than tea towel, or is that like specifically tea towel?
No, I'd put it in the same category of just like using some sort of rag or cloth that's not designed for a drum necessarily, and being able to manipulate it in any way. It solves a lot of problems.
Sure, yeah, because I definitely like have a handkerchief that's in my stick bag.
Oh yeah, I keep one or two of those around just as like, what if I need to tighten up this overtone here
like you said, you can flop it over the whole floor tom, or you can roll it up and just lay it across the top, and because it's like big enough, it doesn't usually go anywhere.
Or if you're like sweating at a gig, it's getting in your eyes,
right?
You can just
give it,
use it as an actual cloth. Or if you're having tea at your gig, maybe you could use it with that.
Yeah, we can do S tier. That's cool. I'm good with that.
I think it's also so cheap.
Yeah.
And like the problem with it, it doesn't stick on a drum, it moves. You get a binder clip, you're good. And you could buy a box of 20 binder clips for like $2.
Right.
It is just such a lifesaver and can do anything.
Yeah, it's super versatile.
Except you can't dampen a cymbal with it like gaff tape.
No. Not in a meaningful way.
All right. I'm going S tier. Okay, so now we're actually getting into a little bit more like specific things or products. These are the Remo Muff Ls, I think they're called.
Those go on the inside of the drum, right?
It's like a plastic slip that goes over your bearing edge. And it has a foam ring that sits along the edge. And then you put your drum head over it and tune it. These, you don't see them very much anymore.
There's a reason
I feel
for
like
that.
they had a day and age where they were very in vogue. You see something like it with marching bass drums a lot of times.
Sure.
They like
when you don't want a note, really, you just want attack.
I mean, the thing that's nice about it is it doesn't permanently alter the drum or the head. Like,
true.
I think what I've seen people do as a hack is like actually take foam and use like glue or something and glue it to the edge of a head.
Sure, right.
That is in the F tier, not even on the list. We're not even talking about that. I play at a church, and I remember they had coated heads, and the floor toms sounded so good. And I asked the sound guy who tunes the drums and does the heads and everything, like a thoughtful drum guy. I was like, what's going on in there? And he's like, oh, I have one of those Remo things with like the foam that goes in between.
Really?
And I was like, that's the first time I played with one. It didn't affect me playing because foam is very light, right? Spongy and stuff. So like, even if you were playing at the edge, you wouldn't really notice it. And it worked really well. But man, it's just like, imagine wanting to take a little bit out or something would be a nightmare. And it's messing with the bearing. It's sitting right on the edge, which is this important thing to your sound.
I mean, okay, so like I have to say that I haven't ever played on a kit that was mic'd with them. And I'm sure like that makes a big difference. But
I had in-ears, so maybe I'm being too generous too.
Maybe, but like, I mean, I've played kits like in the room with them and D tier because like it sounds bad.
You can still buy these because when I was looking up pictures, I saw them on Sweetwater. But I'm the same as you, where I was like, oh, I thought that product went away for a reason.
And
I
just
think I'll
like you said, the fact that it goes over the bearing edge is like disgusting.
Yeah, I'm with you. All right, we're going D tier for that. Ooh, the next is kind of the category of products like bass drum designed pillows.
Oh, okay.
Not necessarily using a pillow in general. I I mean, I think using a pillow is great. It's like time tested, works well.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you think about like these specific bass drum pillow products?
Sure. Well, I'm looking at the one that you have there where it's kind of like sort of profiled. It like kind of has a taper on the inside. And I feel like they're good. Like they do their job. I have one that I bought for a drum of mine. I forget which one, but it was like sized to that depth of kick drum.
Mm-hmm.
And it works good. It does the thing. I'm pretty low maintenance with bass drum. I most of the time just use like a bath towel, and then like it touches both sides. I'm
big on that,
and that's basically what this thing is doing.
I like that over this because if you have a porthole on your drum, you can actually reach inside and adjust it.
Adjust things.
If you're taking your drum to and from a gig, you're reorienting it a lot. It's going to move around.
Mm-hmm.
So something like this, where it's a specific product that has a front and a back and a middle side.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like those because they tend to adjust. Even if they do Velcro down, that gives out over time. I would say this is like a C tier. I think it does its job pretty well. I think if I even threw regular pillows in here, it's like, yeah, what bass drum doesn't sound better with a pillow in it versus nothing?
Right.
But I don't know. It's not like I don't go out of my way to use it.
Right. Yeah, same. I think I'm also C. Even the one that I bought, like I wasn't like happy that I bought it. It just like was the best situation for that drum and at the moment,
Here's one in a very similar path. And I had to bring it up because I've just seen so many over my years of like old crappy drums with like, what the hell did they put in this bass drum? But like foam, like studio foam, like on the wall behind us, or like mattress pad foam, right? I've seen people like glue it to the full circumference inside a shell.
Yeah.
I've seen people do that on toms.
Sure.
Put like foam in there against the walls to try to soak up sound. To me, this is in the D tier. It's more of just like something that I think like a parent who saw on a drum form, like, oh, they put stuff in the bass drum. It's like, I'll use this because it looks like acoustic foam.
Sure. And I think where some of that stuff comes from, this is just a guess on my part, but it has to do with like getting rid of that basketball sound, which is like cutting down reflections off of the shell material.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as like dampening goes, I don't know. I mean, it I guess depends on like, are they making it touch the heads or not? Or is it just in there?
I think it's a wild card. It's like, just imagine you're showing up to any house kit and this muffling product was there.
D.
And I've seen it so many times. Like
in like on Backline kits and stuff?
Just like on kits in general, especially as someone who like buys and sells a lot of like marketplace drums. It's like, I feel like I could have a whole series of what's inside this bass drum I got from someone's basement.
Uncle Tommy just shoved a bunch of random crap inside of it.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Next one is more of just a brand. And I think this is a chance to redeem one of the products, and that's Roots EQ. Have you owned any Roots EQ stuff?
Never.
I have a handful of it. You've probably seen them or played with them, but like they do the O rings, but they make them out of felt, and it has a rigid like metal ring on the edge, so it keeps it shaped.
That's right. Sure.
I see a lot of pros using them as opposed to O rings, and I think they sound really good. Because also, since it's a little heavier, it chokes up the sound a bit more. The zero rings are just so subtle that I think that's cool for a snare. But when I want to muffle my toms, it's usually more than just like a 2% muffling.
Sure.
I'm looking to get.
You're looking like a tone change.
I want to make like 20% change, right? A little more drastic.
Right.
To me, these I would probably put at least in B or maybe the A tier. They also have their version of the tea towel thing or bandana. But again, they have like a metal frame circle, so it will hold its shape. And
I mean, I have to say that I have never used any, so I have to defer to your judgment on that one.
I'm going to go B. They are expensive. That's the thing. But it's also like a boutique company. I think it's the drummer from Jack Johnson.
Oh, okay.
It's his thing. Him and maybe a few guys are involved. So sourcing is a nightmare.
Oh, sure.
When I put out a video about them last year, I got so many comments of like, they're not available like anywhere. I can't find a 14 to save my life. And that could be the thing. Whereas like, when was the last time you couldn't just go to your local music store that has no drums and they don't have moon gel there for you?
Yeah, they're
or zero rings.
Right. Yeah.
So I think to me it's like an A or an S product in my workflow, but I think when you factor in price, accessibility, and maybe like acceptance among the broader community, maybe I'll go B.
Okay.
All right. The next one's more of a hack. Cotton balls.
Ooh, yeah.
Have you ever done this?
I've never done it personally, but I've played on floor toms that had some in there.
I like it.
And I get it. Yeah.
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 Also, what I really you think like, well, that's got to be a pain in the butt. You got to take off the head, throw a cotton ball in.
You don't.
And then put it back on, but you don't because most drums have a vent hole.
Right. And you can just...
cotton balls are very modular.
Stuff it in there.
And plus, I like to do it. I'll rip the cotton balls in half so they're kind of frayed and taking up more area as opposed to just a compacted cotton ball. Shove it through the vent hole, play. Oh, that's not enough. All right, let me put a few more in there. And what's really nice is it's silent. It sits in your drum, so you don't have to worry about anything on your drums or it falling off over time. And it does gating in an organic manner that doesn't need effects.
Right, because when you strike the drum, it pops up off the bottom and kind of floats for a second and drops back down. And
and muffles the bottom head, which is where a lot of sustain from a drum comes from. So, and also, like, talk about a cheap, quick solution. Like, you might just be at a bar and they might just have cotton balls in the bathroom. Maybe not a bar, but, you know... Oh, you're on tour and there's no music store. It's like, well, there's probably a Walgreens and you could buy 100 of these in a box for a couple bucks and you'd have enough for the rest of your life.
Yeah, right.
Or you can start, you know, what else do people do with cotton balls? I don't do anything with cotton balls.
I don't.
We have them in our bathroom.
Sure.
I never have to refill them.
But your wife probably uses them for like makeup and stuff, huh?
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's the only reason.
Yeah.
But I had them when I was single because you're just like, yeah, you have cotton balls in your house, in your bathroom with Q-tips and other stuff, you know? Where are you at on this one?
Dude, I think like S tier. It's like so cheap. It's so easy. You can do it to a kit in like 30 seconds.
I'm surprised you said that. I would have thought the best you would give is A or B. Only because I take you as someone who likes open resonant sounds.
I do, but
the downside about it is if you do need to take them out,
you kind of got to take
your
the
head
drum
off
apart
and do it.
Right.
But
because you can just do it like a half a cotton ball at a time, you can find that perfect balance in like 2 minutes. Yeah. You know?
I'll go with you. I think the S tier, to me, like this is like if I had a student who had no money and was broke and wanted to work on it, it's like, you could do this today.
Yeah. Well, and
you could put 100 cotton balls in here, which would be way too much, but it's only going to cost you a couple bucks. It's probably going to cost you nothing because you can just raid your parents' bathroom or something.
Right. And what I think the most about this style of dampening over almost all the other things is that it has that natural gate in it where you get the full, probably mostly the full range when you strike it because it comes up and off. Yeah. And then it just gates after, you know?
The only thing I don't like is if you have clear drum heads, you can see them flying around. I think that looks weird, but I don't use clear drum heads, so I don't even know it's there. All right. Next one is one that I think when it first came out was like, I cannot believe the virality of it. So many people talking about it online. It was on everyone's Instagram reel, and I saw local drummers getting it and checking it out, and that is tandem drops. Did you ever get any of these or mess with them?
No. I think they look dumb, personally.
I'm with you.
And that, like, they're kind of big for what they're doing, and that they have that little, like, tag that comes off that you clip onto the tension rod or whatever, and it just makes it stick out even farther. I don't know. Yeah,
I think they look kind of weird and dorky. What I do like is that I think it's filled with, like, shot or something, and they have them, like, weighted, so it's like you can buy a 50 ounce. I don't know how much it is. That seems like a lot. Whatever measurement it is, you can get 50, 70, 90, 110, whatever it is.
Right.
So they're hyper specific in terms of weight. You know, if you want a heavier thing or lighter. There's a drummer around here who I won't disclose, but I remember he bought them like when the Kickstarter was going viral and stuff. I remember he told me, like, when he first got them, he's like, oh yeah, they're cool. I dig it, this, that. And then, like, the next time I saw him at a gig, he had snare weights on everything. And I was like, okay, so I think we're on the same page now, because I did not buy into this. I still see them once in a while. Yeah. I used to see them all the time.
What I don't like about... So I haven't used these, but I've used other muffling systems that have shot in them. And what I don't like is that if you put them on toms, you can hear the shot rattle.
That's what I was going to be thinking. It would have to, even though they're kind of compacted inside of like a felt baggie, it would still make some noise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I mean, depending on like the proximity to the microphone, or if you're just playing open air, the audience probably won't hear it, but you'll hear it, you know. But if it's next to a microphone, the mic might pick it up too.
Yeah. I think they try to go for that gating thing too, where there's some looseness between the handles so it can bounce off, which I think if it didn't do that, that would kind of fix the sound thing. If it just stayed there, I don't know if you would hear it as much.
I think just all dampening by nature that doesn't stick to the surface of the drum is going to bounce a little bit. Yeah. You know, that's why it's all soft. Stuff.
All right. Where are you at with this one?
It's hard because I haven't used it, but I just don't like the way they look. It's like kind of vain, but like I just really don't.
I think if you haven't used it, it's kind of a judgment on the product, because I feel like you and I are pretty in tune with the drum world.
A little, yeah.
And I've tried anything I've been interested in. I've probably tried.
Have you put your hands on any before?
Yes.
You have? Because I haven't even like been able to touch one. I didn't know before you just told me right now that they had shot in them. But
I hope I'm not wrong.
Based on that info, I'd probably go C, maybe D. But D seems mean because I haven't used them, you know?
I would give it C because there are some people who use them and like them.
Yeah. I mean, they don't seem like there's anything inherently wrong with them. I just think they're kind of dumb looking.
Tandem drops. If you're watching this video, we're probably not a match to work together, and I think you've figured that out by now.
But I'm sure it's good. I'm sure your product is good.
We're going to be generous and give you a C. Maybe if you would send us some, we'll make a follow-up of if we've been proven wrong. Yeah.
Prove us wrong.
All right, the next one was very trendy for a while, thanks to, I think, J.P. Bouvet, and like I've seen Eric Harlan and other drummers use it. 2014
to 2018.
Yes, it was definitely an era. It had its clapstack moment that we're in right now.
Right.
And that is like ankle bells or goat hoofs or just like other knick-knacky things sitting on drums and cymbals to like weigh it down and kill the sustain. I'm using the ankle bells here. What's your thought on these?
Kind of hate it. They never stay put. They don't sound that good. They over dampen.
I think they give the drum like a harshness.
Yeah.
On cymbals, it kind of adds like a, sizzle type sound. So I think it kind of adds something musically there.
Yeah, it's too much. Most of the time it's too much is what I don't like about it. Like, yeah. The bells, or especially the goat hoofs, like when people are putting like goat hoofs on cymbals and it just goes like tick, 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 tick with a little bit of behind it.
I'd probably give this a C. I think it has a stylistic element that can be cool.
Yeah. I mean, Eric Harlan can't be that wrong, right? Like, C.
Okay. This next one, I don't think you've tried, but it's my personal vendetta to bring it up because I did. This is Rohima. They're like a German brand. They make sticks and like a bunch of muffling products.
Okay.
They're kind of becoming a little more integrated and available in the United States, but this is a product called Muff Bites. It's basically their take on like the cloth head, but it's a small cutout so that you can still get the feel and response from a head.
Okay.
But muffle up the tone. It was getting around to this Christmas, and people were asking me for gifts, and so I was kind of just like looking around the internet, like, what are some things that I've been like, okay, I would try this, and it's not too expensive, and I put this on there because Steve Weiss had them for sale.
Okay.
And I got them, and I realized quickly that, like, oh yeah, they're held on by magnets, so it does not work with my die-cast hoops. You have to put on these little clips on your hoops, and you have to have 3 of them to really get it to hold. And I don't know, I just thought the muffling effect was too much. It didn't change the tone much, like cloth heads. It still sounded like playing on an actual drum head, but it just killed it.
Short, yeah.
And it didn't sound good any way I used it. I feel like it does the same thing as like if you put the roll of gaff tape, or like a weight on your drum, and it's that super like marching snare articulation sound. Yeah. It was closer to that. So to me, this one, I just put it in here to give it a D.
Well, I've never heard of them, so
it's a D.
Yeah. Never
Try
used them, never
again.
heard of them.
You have other products. They seem cool. All right, here's another fun one that I don't know if you've seen. This is The Remo active dampening system.
Oh, sure. So you're talking about like that specific one?
This one's pretty specific because I don't think there's a ton of things like this. It just, to me, it seems like something DW would have made because it seems a little over-engineered.
Yeah,
but
right.
I think this was a Dave Weckl signature product.
I remember seeing those like in stores and stuff.
Yeah.
I've used other similar products that, like, in other words, it's like a clamp you screw to the hoop of your drum, and then it's like a pad that rests on top, and you can adjust the amount of tension on it.
Yeah. I had the inverse of internal muffling.
Yeah, external muffling.
Yeah, except this one I think is like meant to have the gated thing where it pops up.
Oh, is that really what it is?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
I thought that was
like... I think of this like a clown trick on your drum.
I thought that was like a tension adjustment.
Maybe it is. I think maybe that's like an adjustment for how much it can... The gating.
Can you enhance that photo, or is that what we got?
That's what we get.
Okay. I mean, like I said, I've used other products that aren't that, but like do a similar thing that don't gate though. And I didn't like them.
What would you give it for that?
D. Like they just don't seem to work that well. They get in the way a lot.
I'm with you. All right, the last one is another bass drum one. This one I have tried. This is the Kicker. This is another one of those bass drum like...
Oh, is that the thing that flips up? Like you hit it and it kind of like moves away from the head and falls back onto it? Or am I wrong?
No.
Oh.
This is like definitely one of those foam pads. I mean, I probably could have just looped it in. But this is like specifically designed for your drum. And what I think is actually cool is it has a channel in the middle that fits like a Beta 91.
Oh, I do know. Yeah, it's like foam, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
The things I don't like about it is it's specifically designed for a certain size drum. So if you get a 14-inch depth, it's not going to work with a 16.
Right.
If you have a 20, it's different than a 22 because of the way it's contoured on the bottom.
That's pretty similar to like just overall like designed bass drum pillows for a given length too.
Yeah, the thing that I think is cool about it is it has that channel there for like holding a microphone. It works well. And you can also get an attachment for a little rail that can hold like a mic on a stand.
Oh,
like a normal bass drum mic. And then it has a bunch of pieces like little tubes that are compression fit into it that you could take out if you want more or less. So it has some modularity. Yeah, even though most of those sorts of products don't have a lot of flexibility. So it has no flexibility with the size of drum you're using, but it does with dialing in your tone.
A lot of options once you have the right size.
And it has like just an efficient tool built in it of like, oh yeah, we've built it so you can mount a boundary mic in here really easily, which, that's smart.
Yeah, that is smart. That's cool. I like the concept of it. I've never used one, obviously, but like...
I won one in a contest and thought it was really dumb at first. When I won it, like, oh, okay, cool. What am I going to do with this? And then I used it for a long time. And it's like, this adds about the right amount of muffling that I would want on a bass drum. And it has cool features and does its job. They're a little expensive. I don't know what they cost now, but it's definitely not as cheap as just throwing towels or a pillow in your drum.
Right. So given your experience, what would you give it?
I'd give it a B or a C.
Yeah.
What is your impression like now that I've explained it to you? What would be your likelihood to check it out? In what tier?
I would maybe say B.
All right, we'll do it.
It seems thoughtful.
Yeah.
As long as it's not like $150, because if it is, then D. But like,
no, it's definitely under 100. I feel like it was maybe like 60 or 70.
That seems fair.
Yeah. Well, that's it.
We made it. We did it.
Well, I think this ended up being a longer episode than I thought it would be, but here we are.
It was a lot of stuff to go through, though. We had to talk about it, debate it a little.
Yeah, it was good. We'd love to hear what you guys think about this. So
tell us how wrong we are about all these things, because I'm sure there's going to be people that definitely disagree with our choices.
Yes, and if you are from Tandem Drops or Big Ankle Bell, you can send us hate mail at Adam's email. I'll put it on the screen. Stay away from mine. All right. I think that's it for today. We will see you guys next time.
Take care.